Psalms 131. My heart is not proud, O Yahweh. My eyes are not haughty. I do not concern myself with great matters, or things too wonderful for me. But I have stilled and quieted my soul, like a weaned child with its mother. Like a weaned child is my soul within me. O Israel, put your hope in Yahweh, both now and forevermore. Welcome to Rhythms of Life. Today I just want to invite us into the practice of slowing down. One of the first commandments that the first invitations that we get from God early on in the accounts of creation is to rest. We're actually, in the account of creation, created on the last day as God enters into rest. One of the first things we do is enter into rest. And this is such an important practice for our hearts, for our spiritual well-being, for our emotional well-being, and even for our physical well-being. God put those rhythms in place, and often we forget. But one of the interesting things, I think, even as we think about rest and Sabbath, is that how Jesus would have practiced it is that it's the day starts in the evening. The accounts of creation go, and it was evening and it was day, and so was the first day. The mindset of Jesus and the Jews of that time is that the day started in the evening. The day starts with rest. It kind of gives the picture of we should always start our day with knowing that we are resting in God, that God has everything covered, that He is going before us. We don't start the day with work, we start the day with life. We don't, the story of humanity doesn't start with work. The story of humanity starts with rest. And we're living in a different century, and maybe it's such a huge call to switch our mindsets to start seeing as the day starting in the previous evening. But what I would like to invite us into is, what if the morning actually starts with rest? What if we start practicing a slowing down as the day begins? I realized that before this time, it was easier to, you wake up and make coffee or breakfast, and you're rushing out of the house, and unfortunately that has become the rhythm of so many people's lives. We wake up into things, and with our gadgets and computers so close to us, we wake up into the notifications, and we check what happened since we went to bed, after we last checked our phones and stuff. But what if we practice to start our day with slowing down? We slowly ease our way into the day. We slowly ease our way into God's rest. And it could be prayer, or it could be just sitting in God's presence. What would it look like if we start our day just sitting in our couches or in our gardens, for those who have them, not turn the TV on, because what if we don't start with the news? Rather, we just start in silence and peace and rest. What if we don't start with our notifications? And is it hard? Yes, because we're going against the grain. We're going against what culture has trained us, and that's why Rhythms of Life is about training our hearts into new rhythms of being with God. So yes, that's my invitation to you today, to slow down in the morning and start with God. Start from a place of rest. And I think it paces our day differently. It gives us a new perspective into the day. Yes, we will get into work. Yes, we will get into our notifications on social media and the phone. But if we start with rest, it just changes the way we do the rest of the day. So to finish today's Rhythms of Life, I want to read you a poem by one of my friends, Jody Alexander Fry. Slow your step, a poem for the morning. Slow your step, quit your race. What treasures wait at this new pace? To tread on leaves of potpourri, to breathe the sky, to taste the sea. Slow your step, learn the art, to still the soul, to wake the heart. A lover's meet, a mother's kiss. At record speeds, such gold do we miss. Slow your step, life implores. There shall not come an end to chores, nor money's work, so be adept. A life's new joy, to slow your step. Thank you very much for watching Rhythms of Life, and I encourage you, slow your step each morning. Enter into God's rest as you begin your day.